just gotta hope he gets up out between them logs. We got a bear right here on the left. He's in the thick green right here, looking at the bait.
The Whitetail Institute of North America presents Scent Blocker Most Wanted. Brought to you by the Whitetail Institute of North America. Research equals results. Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Matthews Archery. Bass Pro Shops in Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Scent Blocker. Nothing gets you closer. And Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
High up in a tree or right on the ground, Bob likes bow hunting for bears just about any way you can do it. And this week, we're looking back at some of his favorite hunts from his favorite place to hunt them.
Heading north, that's right. We're hunting with our good friends up in Ontario and Atikokan. Just now leaving the state of Iowa, heading into Minnesota. ATA is probably another 8 or 9 hours, unfortunately. But you know, we loaded up the old Ford pretty heavy duty. I got my enclosed trailer in the back, got our four-wheeler with us, and what a week it expects to be. You know, for us, each and every day is an adventure. You never know what's going to turn out. Not for certain what's going to happen. I do know that my camera guy is sitting here filming me now and didn't hook up his seatbelt, so you can probably hear in the background going ding, ding, ding. Got the big truck and trailer just getting pulled out on the highway here. What I'm going to do is run into town real quick. We're going to drop the trailer off. You can see how thick it is here in the background. You know, it's just like bear hunting. The bush is thick here in Canada. That's where the bears are, but that's where the moose are too. But Shane's been doing some scouting. The weather has cooled off. The colors are so vivid. The reds, the yellows, the orange. It's just awesome. How the bear hunt's going to be? I usually bear hunt in August, and here it is, like I said, almost towards the end of September. So we got one final afternoon for a bear hunt, and we'll see what happens. But for now, we're heading into town. We'll be right back with more Scent Blockers Most Wanted right after this.
Scent Blockers Most Wanted is brought to you by Covert Scouting Cameras, a camera for every need and budget, and Premier Farm Realty Group and Auction. Own a slice of America's heartland. Scent Blocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Element Archery, built to hunt, and Thorn Broadheads, driving accuracy through hidden blade technology.
After talking with Shane, the guy set up in a place called the Mosquito Bait, a site that's appropriately named, unfortunately. Luckily, it has a reputation for being thick with bears as well. It's also a sight without any good trees for a stand. But that's all right with Bob. He likes to hunker down in the bush and get right at eye level with the bears.
Well, that's when you got to trust the shield at this point. It's about the only good place we can come in. We got a bear trail coming in here, and we got coming in one from there, and our scent's going almost dead at the bait. But it's so thick over there, there's not a place where I can put a decent blind up, even here on the ground. So I'm just gonna spray down, kind of cover up, wear my face mask as much as I can, and hope we can get him in there and calm down. And I don't think he's gonna smell us. That just came in. It's only about 20 yards. The way that bait is, he's down in between the logs in a hole, kind of a valley. I just gotta hope he gets up out between them logs. That's when you know a game plan comes together, patience, waiting it out. Downwind the whole time, our scent going straight at him. That's why I wear this stuff, man. But he didn't even go. I could see him right at the base of a tree laying there. Well, we got a little hair. We got lots of blood. Tell you what we're gonna do, kind of dark down in here. I'm gonna get this bear and prop it up. We're gonna go to commercial break. But what an afternoon it's been. Right back with more scent blockers. Most Wanted, hunting with Bud and Jeremy Dixon here at Canoe Canada Outfitters. Right after this.
Scent Blockers Most Wanted is brought to you by IM Performance Nutrition, fueling the outdoor athlete, and Matthews Archery. Scent Blocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Mission by Matthews and Kirsch Targets. Train smart, finish strong.
Welcome back, folks. As you've seen in today's show, I've had a couple bears from hunting on the ground up close and personal, especially that first one, and that was a wow factor. But you know, that's when everything comes together. You know, your scent elimination with our scent shield has done such an incredible job to be able to take the opportunities and advantage of hunting up close and personal to guys like this. And for some reason, I just love the bear hunt on the ground. You know, as I knew before I shot the thing, I only had one evening to hunt. Just drove back in early this morning. Going to start moose hunting with opening day of moose season tomorrow. So pretty pumped up about that and already, but I figured, man, I got a bear tag. I did not want to burn it. Well, fortunately, we got a bear on the ground. Fortunately, we still got some daylight, and we're probably only about 250 to 300 yards from where we can get it out to the road and get him out of here. So it's great when a game plan comes together. And you know, Larry.
What's that old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that's Bob's philosophy when it comes to hunting mature black bears from the ground.
Well, here it is, day 4. Spent 3 days on a bait that had a really big bear up from last week. But a young bear has kind of dominated the last 2 days. And you know, a young bear, he's probably 125, 150 pounds. Not something that I really wanted to shoot. We named him Boo Boo. Showed up again last night, and the big bear didn't. So right now it's about 4:30. We've got about 4.5 hours of daylight left, and we will lose a little daylight in here quick because it's so confined in a thick bush. And I sprayed down real good with BUI, and Larry's been hitting it with BUI for the last 3 days, so they really took a liking to it. So cover up and shut up and see what happens. That big bear. Man, the light's going fast. Okay. That just smoked right through him. But what we're gonna do, I'm gonna turn the cameras off a minute here. I'm gonna look at this footage exactly where that hit and try to make one of these executive decisions. By the time I get up and go look for this bear, it's gonna be absolutely pitch dark. And I think it's one of them calls we're going to make after we look at this footage and decide whether or not to go after him tonight or wait till I retrieve him in the morning in the daylight. So, how these big critters can get around through this stuff, but you know, and walking through here, there's just rutted up trails all over. So, no wonder why we had 3 bears coming into this spot. Here's a little bit of blood right here. Look at this here. Looks like he tried to cut back across this log here, and he sure gets through this stuff a lot better than I do. What a beautiful thing when a plan comes together. This is the first spring bear that I've shot in Ontario ever, and I'm just tickled to death with him. Like I said, that shoulder was back a little bit. I held back in behind it just a little bit, maybe an inch or 2 high, but when they only go 75 yards, the equipment does its job. So don't go away. We'll be right back with more Scent Blockers Most Wanted.
Scent Blockers Most Wanted is brought to you by Pure Whitetail, 1 deer directly to 1 bottle. and Old Oaks Outfitters, Indiana's premier hunting destination. ScentBlocker's Most Wanted is brought to you by Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Tree Spider, the new world of tree stand safety. The Heartland Archery Series, made by hunters for hunters. Finlayson Lake Resort and Campground, making your dreams real. And Doug Myers Taxidermy, the official taxidermist of ScentBlocker's Most Wanted.
You know, the Most Wanted team starts shooting the new Thorn broadhead. Without a doubt, the world's most accurate broadhead. It's an expandable broadhead, all stainless steel with a 1 3/4 inch cut. But what happens is we went to them and we wanted more. That's right, we told Andy at Thorn Archery we wanted more. Bigger is better. And with that said, we now have the new Rift. The Rift is a 2.2 cutting edge. Again, what is designed is an expandable broadhead. It has a titanium rip tip. The rip tip basically starts the deployment of the broadhead on impact. You know, the hidden blade technology that is without a doubt what makes this the best and most accurate broadhead on the market. And I'm going to take a second and show you how the shear pin and the collar actually work. And now we've got a broadhead ready to go in the quiver. And the good news is, now I'm ready to take it to the range.
One of our favorite places for big black bears is called the swamp bait. And kind of like the mosquito bait, it definitely lives up to its name.
Well, here it is, day 6, and we've now got a room with a view in a different spot. This is a place we call the swamp bait, and if you look around and you walk in here, you'll have a pretty good reason why they named it the swamp bait. Actually, if you go back a year ago, our good friend Mike Swan, on his first ever bear hunt, came in here and shot a bear that was almost 400 pounds. So maybe the luck of the draw and a change of scenery might make a difference. We'll see. If not, we'll be back in the same old place again this evening, but maybe the morning's the time. Got a bear right here on the left. He's in the thick week this has been. We've been hunting nothing but all afternoons up until dark in the evenings. And we just got so many bears that had been nocturnal, and a couple of our most wanted big bears had been 12, 1 o'clock at night. But we got her done. We got her done. Well, we got him drug out here in the open. Of course, when they go off, they go right into the thick bush. And unfortunately, about the time that we got out of the tree and started walking and retrieving, Mother Nature rains upon us. And the rain gods have blessed us with some rain to get wet, I guess. But we got him drug out here, had an opportunity to take a couple of pictures. But again, you know, not was the top of my most wanted list, but a mature bear, a good quality bear, did all the right things in all the right places. But what a week it's been for testing the new DUI product from Scent Blocker, and what it has done to bears to keep them and bring them to the baits and keep them on the baits has been pretty incredible. Special thanks goes out to my good friend Shane at Canoe Canada Outfitters, him and Jeremy, Bud Dixon, all a bunch of great people. Marty and Deb Colson up at Niobe for housing us this week. I'm Bob Richardson, and we're going to see you somewhere next week right here on Scent Blocker's Most Wanted.